All right. Hey there. I'm MC Hawaii, and welcome back to the Minecraft Let's Play. It's been like 4 years or something. I don't really remember, but I would like to take you on a slideshow of events that happened throughout my world that are important to me to catch up, to commemorate the experience of me coming back to playing Minecraft after all this time. Thing number one, first slide. That's what we're on currently, right? I'm not actually playing the game. This is a Google Slides and slideshow. I built a house. I start up the world. I build a house. I get some resources and a parrot. Don't remember the parrot's name. Probably died at some point. It's pretty typical like Minecraft stuff. Slide number two. Okay. Slide number two. I get set up, full netherite, full gear. I go fight the nether dragon or the ender dragon and the wither at the same time because I'm cocky. This is on hard difficulty. I got this. I'm a gamer. I know what I'm doing. I die. Almost immediately. This sucked. So I go back in, I try to, get my materials back, get my gear back, no avail. Completely gone. Disappeared. Gonzo. Done. So, I go through a chaining arc. I get all my gear back, I, try to get full netherite again, full diamond apples, full gapples, whatever, I try to get it all back. In that process, I get French Revolutioned by a bunch of zombie pigmen. Great for my, mental health, but, terrible for my physical health. I die again here, but I thought this was funny enough to mention. Eventually, though, I get all my gear set up, and I get it all taken care of. I go back into the Ender Dragon, go back into the end, go back and fight the Wither, the Ender Dragon, the whole 9 yards. Die immediately, and then say fuck it. I get a bunch of iron, I just make a bunch of iron armor and tools, and I just go in there and just over and over run in there and die, and die, and die. Repeatedly. It's really fun. But eventually, I beat him. The end is free. I am the savior this city deserves. And then, to commemorate the experience, I do a couple of builds. I build a pumpkin, I build an island made of wool, I made a couple of farms on the process. But the highlight of it, and what I ended the series on last time, was this giant hole that I dug. And that's the focal point of today's video. You see, this giant hole took me months to do. I was, in between all the builds I was doing, in between all the farms I was making and all the resources I was gathering, I was digging out this hole. And it took me months to dig out. It is a massive hole. So I got it all the way down to bedrock, and then I was like, you know what, fuck it. I did, literally the biggest project I've ever done in Minecraft. I'm done. I've had enough. I'm taking a break. So I take a break. And then a couple months after this video comes out, they announced a fucking Caves and Cliffs update, which lowers the level of the world, the Minecraft world. It lowers the level of bedrock tremendously, screwing me specifically. Fuck! Mojang is out to get me, guys. 100%. So, yeah. Oh, I didn't even... Hold on. I didn't even make this look nice. Which leads me to my current Minecraft session. Which I really hope the audio is coming through. We are back at the giant hole. I have a slime ball in my inventory. If you're smart enough, or if you have been paying attention so far in the video, you could probably make a gander, you could probably figure it out, but I did something with the giant hole. And that something is quite simply, I wasted more of my life doing it. It is now back at bedrock, and this time it's personal. This took me, I started digging this March 5th. I don't know when I'm uploading it, but I finished April 28th, give or take. I don't know the specific date, but that's what I'm feeling, I finished it earlier this week. All of my free time went to digging out this giant fucking hole. And was it worth it? Absolutely. Because now I can have a raid village at bedrock yet again. For all the raids that I do. The iron golems are still spawning. The villagers are probably not happy. And, I have some pretty cool stuff. Like I have this amethyst geode here. Which, it's wonderful. It truly is wonderful because... they added in tinted glass, which if you don't know, basically is glass that light cannot go through, which on its surface is useless, but it's actually really useful in doing mob farms. But I didn't realize how often they respawn, so I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to find a geode and then eviscerate it. But no, thankfully I have a geode in the hole, so if I ever need more tinted glass, all I gotta do is just come here. So that part's really nice. And of course, you know, you already saw this part, but I also have a trial chambers in my giant hole. I haven't gone through here yet, but eventually, in a future video, I'm going to go through and experience the trial chambers like how I'm supposed to. I'm going to make a fancy little entrance for this as well, which is going to be really cool, and I'm going to make a little platform for that, which is really cool. But that's one of the things that I've been doing. See, as you can imagine, I have gathered a ton of resources while digging out this giant hole. I've gathered a lot of diamonds, a lot of, not really emeralds, but a lot of diamonds, a lot of, gold, a lot of iron, a lot of redstone, lapis, the whole 9 yards. And I have put all those resources to work, more or less. I'm not going to go off and show it, but if you were... Fuck. I'm not going to go off and show it, but if you recall, at least I believe I did, I showed off all the resources and all the double chests in that cobblestone structure over there as a showcase of my project. I tripled the amount of chests that I had filled up. It is now like full up to that 3rd floor, more or less. But as you can see, I made a new addition over there. Previously, it was just a pumpkin. Now it's a little bit more. What's going on over there? The narrator says as he tries to build intrigue for a very bland and very basic idea. It is pretty simple. I built more farms. Because what I found is XP farms are kind of annoying. The gold farm that I had either got nerfed or was never that good to begin with. So I would unironically just spend nights XP farming and like getting basically nothing in return. I would like repair a pick an hour. It was really bad. So either the gold farm got nerfed or it's not really an XP farm. It's probably a little bit of both. But what I found is villager trading is the way to go when you want like to get your XP back on Minecraft Bedrock without building a dedicated farm for it. Obviously, you know, I could build a cactus farm or a kelp farm or whatever, but yeah. Over here, you could see a colossal waste of hoppers, but basically, I was having problems with the pumpkin farm where I had like an ice collection system and water collection system, and it just wouldn't collect the ice. Or it would just get stuck on the signs, so it just wouldn't get collected. So it would result in like several hoppers or several like stacks of pumpkins just not being collected. Which, I mean, it's still the case here, and I eventually intend on replacing all this with hoppers as well. But that's you know, another day. But over here, there's barely any melons going to waste because it's all coming here into this crafter, which I actually have to like make more chests for because I don't know how to like make it so it only activates when this chest is empty. But that's a problem for another year. I've made a bigger cactus farm because I needed a shit ton of green dye for this, and my other cactus farm simply wasn't cutting it. And I would like to show off something. You know, this is a nether wart farm, pretty basic, pretty typical. You know, you flip the switch, all the nether wart goes out. My game lags a little bit because it's Minecraft Bedrock, and I've abused it. As you can see, there's if you come in here, there's something really funny that I did. Those are source blocks. I have pistons everywhere here, and rather than just like, you know, make it so the water overflows, I didn't and used a shit ton of redstone that I realistically shouldn't have because I'm an idiot. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a dummy, but that's okay. You know, it's okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. You know, it's fine. In terms of other builds, if I have actually, you can see it from here. That's not done yet, but it's still something I want to show off. Bat transition, go. All right. So, if you recall, previously in this area, I had a giant cobblestone monstrosity that was basically my villager trading hall on a budget. Well, here, I don't have that anymore. I tore it down, and I replaced it with a nice little hedge maze. It still has the sugarcane farm, which you can actually get to in the hedge maze. but it's pretty nice. You know, it's just a generic hedge maze. It's pretty special, pretty fun. This is actually I need to grab my elytra for this just to show off. Oh, well, that's not supposed to be there. Inside here is all my librarians. It's a very generic library. It's not done yet. I plan on spicing it up more, but this is a proof of concept. Let me oh, that's cool. Okay, I just don't this like I said, it's not done yet. It's not done yet. This was just something I was doing to distract me from building the giant hole cuz oh my god, did it take a lot of time. Let me just build up here. You know, it's just a nice little observatory style build. I intend on having a beacon like right here shine up once I like set up a wither farm, and iron golems patrol the thing. You can barely see it, but you know, sub to Emcee. That's a fountain area that I haven't finished yet. I have like a smiley face over there. I have a couple of cool things hinted over there. Oh no, what's that? Oh hey, it's the Tower of Pimps. Yeah, both of which are pretty cool. Let's see if I can actually find my way into that little area with the painting, because, you know, what could possibly be over there? This is also going to be a nightmare, because I've only run this like twice. And if it gets to nighttime, which is about to, monsters will spawn in here and blow up the entire thing, so, you know, I really hope I get there fast, and I think I do. Okay. Oh shit, oh no. Oh god. Oh fuck. Oh no. I've created a monster. Okay. Alright, perfect. I got it. Okay. This is a pretty, you know, weird place to put a painting. And if any of you have played Minecraft before, you would automatically know. Signs, you know, the sign painting trick. I have a couple of villagers in here. These villagers sell the forbidden. Oh, that's cool. I sure hope a monster doesn't come in and eviscerate my fucking throat. I don't know why that's there. But, you know, these sell, like, forbidden enchantments. The Curse of Binding, the Curse of Vanishing. I have an enchanting table under there with something missing. This was a very rushed build. But I also have the mace enchantments as well. Now let me just run... Here, I'm actually just going to avoid, like, destroying the fucking build. I'm going to just do that. But yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. I originally intended on having Herobrine's like little altar thing from back in the day there, but I think I want to save that for a different build. But yeah, this build's pretty cool. It's not done yet. It's not finished yet. Like, I still have to, like, push that area out a bit. Grab some more leaves and whatnot. But it's coming. It's a proof of concept, and, you know, I like it a lot. On to the next thing. There it is. This has got to be, like, my favorite build in this, like, my Minecraft world, because it's just, like, a nice graveyard. Also, I don't like how this looks, how my bridge looks. If you have any, like, tips on what I should, like, replace it with, please let me know, because I like the brick fence, and, like, I don't know, it just looks weird. It just looks off. It doesn't look like an actual bridge. So if you have any tips and tricks, please let me know. I need them. Because, again, I don't like how this bridge looks. I also, like, put a little nether over there. I thought that was cool. And I've been trying, like, recently to avoid having to, like, use my elytra, because I don't want to make fireworks. I'm pretty lazy. So I've been trying to make my world, like, more transportable without having to use any resources. Also, I finished the graveyard. That's why I'm here. I forgot about this, but this wasn't here before. I added some more graveyards. I added, this little thing. It's like a nice little torch. I have this, and this is like the Gravekeeper's area. It's not finished yet, but I originally wanted to have a snow golem here, patrolling the area, because I thought it would be cool. Come to find out, snow golems die in the rain, which is stupid, and I hate it. But I haven't updated any of the signs yet, but I will. I'll come up with some funny ones. I also, like, if you have any ideas for how to, like, do a launcher, because I want to be able to, like, just fall down here and then launch myself over there with, like, an elytra without using fireworks. So if you have any ideas, please let me know. I am in desperate need of them. But yeah, I found that just adding flower pots to like this area has made it just so much nicer. Because like I'll go to sleep and bam, like that's a beautiful view. That is a gorgeous view to fall asleep to. I like that a lot. Um, Also the snow golem would just aggro onto this guy because apparently rails are transparent. So when he was still here, he would just sit like right here and just stare at him instead of like going through like the other way. Eventually, I intend on making this a staircase so I can get to that area easier. And I also intend on putting a bunch of pillars throughout the area. But that's, something for another... There's a creeper here. How did you get up here? Okay, that's like the first time a creeper has ever gotten up here. And I have no idea how. If we go down here, I've been doing a little bit of working, I've been putting that redstone to good use, because you can already see the glass, but if you turn to your right, I have an auto sorter set up, full of, not every item in the game, I'm working on that, but the majority of the items in the game. So I have bread here, I have crafting tables, string, gunpowder, bowls, diamond blocks, which I have a fuck ton of. That's not even including the ones that are actually in the sorter. Don't have as much diamond ore or as much diamond ingots. Same with gold. But you get my point. I have like a lot of resources now. That's actually not all there is to it. Because a lot of them are still stuck in like other chests. Because what I found is like a big issue with making item sorters in Minecraft is how do you sort the item sorter? And originally I had it so like all the wood was up here. There was like oak logs, oak wood, stripped oak logs. Stripped oak log wood planks, and then that for every wood type. But the issue with doing stuff like that is, in the past 5 years, Minecraft has added 3 different wood types, maybe even 4 if I'm like correct. Right? Because they added the mangrove, they added the cherry blossom, the pal wood, they added the crimson stuff like a little bit before that. My point is, you're always going to add new types of items. So you either have to like reposition your item sorter, so to incorporate all the types of wood. You either have to, just be lazy about it and just put it at the bottom. Or you can do what I did and you organize it by the date that they were added into the game. Which gets really confusing when you realize oak wood was added way before oak slabs and oak signs and ladders and oak stairs. But, at the very least, it's a more consistent way of organizing things to set myself up for success in the future. So I don't really have to, like, come back and reorganize everything. I also found out, and let me see if I can show you off this. Where's the obsidian? Not there, not there, not there. Okay, obsidian. This is where I had the obsidian originally. If I go over and put... Well, actually, this might not work. Basically, this area is a choke point. This area over here is the choke point because you put in all your obsidian over here, right? But then it goes by 2 because this hopper is taking directly from this hopper and that hopper is feeding directly into that hopper. So it causes for a little bit of clogging instead of just, going one by one, which is pretty interesting. Let me just put that there, that. I can put all of these there now. Not that, but, it's pretty nice. I've also been using flint for, like, the item sorter, I guess, dummy items. Because what I found is that I have a lot of flint, and flint doesn't really have a whole lot of actual uses. Like, you could sell it to villagers, you can trade arrows, but there are better villager trades, and I have a skeleton spawner that's, like, pretty easily, like, found. But, yeah. I also have a fuck ton of wool now. Like, a ton of... Well, that's a bad example. A ton of wool. Also bad examples. Okay, wait, hold on. I have more wool than these. I don't know where they all went to. But I have, like, a lot more wool than... Oh, wait, I remember. I've turned half of it into carpet. Also, sometimes, like, the item sorter just doesn't work, because, like, why is there a torch there? I don't know. But I have, like, a lot of wool now. Thanks to my wool farm, and basically just Wait, what? Oh. Oh, I used magenta. Wait. That's magenta. Why is that not... What? Oh. Oh, that would do it. That would do it. Okay, this item sort is not finished. But yeah, I have a lot of resources now. So if you have any ideas on what to do with like wool, I've been thinking about doing like map art and whatnot, which would be tedious, but it would also be really cool. I also took a couple of liberties, because if any of you know, you know, right? But wool was added much earlier in the game than where I have this, but it was under the name of cloth. So I didn't realize it because I thought they removed cloth, and then wait, why is it there? That's dumb. They removed cloth, but they changed the name to wool. But the thing I was using, the website I was using to like characterize that and tell me what I have. How did I get more slime balls? Where did I get those from? Or did I never put them in? Whatever. The website I was using to determine the list of like items when they came out in didn't update the fact that it was wool. So I just decided to put them like down there with wool and the carpet. I'm going to put the terracotta next to it and then the stained glass there as well. Hopefully I have enough room for everything. Because if I'm correct, I've never used terracotta before. So I don't know how many of it is. But I'm pretty sure there's as much terracotta as there is wool and carpet. So I'm going to put the terracotta over there and then put like some random items over here as well. Also, at some point I thought I ran out of cobblestone for like all the repeaters and whatnot. So I dug this out. And I'm going to dig it out more, but eventually this is going to be like an underground village. And I'm going to use it for like any like trades I need. But I decided for tough bricks for the palette, and I think it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Eventually I'm going to like, do some stuff with stairs, make it look cool. Because like up here, the ceiling's pretty bland, but this would be the perfect time to have like a staircase running, so it's like a snake little thing. But I think that's pretty cool. I'm trying to figure out, oh yeah, I have this. Pretty basic farm, pretty cool. It gives me chicken. Even though I don't really need it now because I have like access to really easy villager trades. I moved the dripstone lava farm from here, which I don't really know what I'm going to do with this area yet. I also don't know how to farm glowberries, so that's cool. Don't really know how they work. But I moved the dripstone farm from here over here. I figured it makes more sense to have this near the actual like furnaces that I'm cooking with. What else did I do? What else is on the list? Up here, I used to have this as my way of, like, sorting items. Or just, like, making sure that all the items stack on each other when I, like, put it away. But, obviously, I have an item sorter now. So, I'm going to reposition this area for something new. And if you have any idea, please let me know. This area down here this is a square area. So I'm thinking of putting something there or just letting it go. And I don't know what I want to put there. I'm thinking like maybe some kind of cool mob like a spider jockey. Give it some actual like space to go. I don't know. I don't really know what I want to do. But yeah, that's all there is here. And the only other real thing that I've done is on all my farms, I have added item sorters. Now that I am more comfortable with using them, including, something to just get rid of the items. You can't see it, but that's a hopper. Oh, wait, that's a dispenser. That's lava. It just dispenses any armor I get into the lava. I have one for rotten flesh, potatoes, carrots, which I don't have a whole lot of, and iron ingots. And I still have this guy down here. It's still just a generic zombie farm. But I added this to my skeleton farm. Oh, that's cool. I added it to my... Actually, I don't think I did add it to my spider farm. Huh, I'll have to figure that out in a second. But, this is tinted glass as well. And I think I mentioned earlier, but tinted glass is a pain in the ass to make if you don't have a geode. And before I got a geode, I was under the impression that the amethyst shards that you get from it simply are not, like, replaceable. So you mine up a geode and then they're just gone. You have to find another geode. So I thought that the tinted glass recipe was a monster of a recipe. Because it requires like 4 amethyst shards per tinted glass or something like that. It's crazy. But then I realized you can just easily farm them. There's nothing there. Okay. But yeah, I added a lot of mob farms, or item sorters to mob farms. My spider spawner is also covered in tinted glass, which is pretty cool. Let's go find it real quick. It's up. Yeah, it's covered in tinted glass. Except for this area, I ran out of tinted glass, but I'll replace it at some point. But it looks cooler now that I can actually have this area lit up. Because before I had it lit up so nothing would spawn, because it's a big, cave, but as a result the spiders weren't spawning. Doesn't look like I have an item sorter here. I'll take care of it at some point. And then lastly, the last thing I want to show off in this video, because it's already like, half an hour long and, oh, that sucks. Oh, wait, I'm going up, hell yeah. I got turned around. Ah! This area up here. I got some big plans for this area. Oh, not this area, but, like, I got some pretty big plans for, like, this ice bridge. Because this literally just serves to connect me. What the fuck? Thanks, Bedrock. Well, at least now I don't have to build up to get that boat. That ice bridge serves to connect me to my gold farm and my area in the desert that I have. That was originally intended to be industry and probably still will be, but for like mob farms, I don't really know yet, right? I'm going as I go. But that was what this is for. But I'm also just going to have this be like the main area through my world as transportation, so I don't have to use an elytra. Because as much as elytras are a game changer in like the actual game of Minecraft, they're also... What the heck? That was weird. I don't like that. I'm upset, Grr. They are also just kind of clunky to use. Not necessarily in the sense where, like, the ease of use, but you gotta get fireworks, you gotta, repair it with your XP, and if you're stranded, if you're doing anything and a creeper blows you up, you're dead, so on and so forth, right? It's annoying. So, I would rather stay in my armor, but have an ice bridge. Also, I made that to, use some wool. It's not a really good build, but it is a build. But I also intend on doing, like, parade floats, and, I want to have, like, I think my next project I'm going to do is start making like a mini game area or like some kind of carnival area. I also want to make a prison because I have like a lot of deep slate, as you can imagine, and I think like a gray-black color palette would be useful for a prison. But I want to have stuff like on this area going forward. I'm going to make this a port as well, but there is an item sorter down there and there are villagers down there. But that's what I intend on doing. I think next episode, I'm probably going to... Ideally, I have... Oh, I don't want to fall off. Ideally, there's the Wool Island, by the way. And there's, in that direction, you can actually see it with the gravel. That's what is it called? Underwater temple. That's a water temple. But ideally, I'm going to have like a couple more farms set up. I'm going to have the item sorters finished. I want to have that water temple as a farm. I got to drain it out first. I also need sponges. Did you know that sponges were added like almost in one of the first couple of updates in the game? Like I might be wrong, but they were added the same time glass was added. Why? They weren't available for years after. It's so weird. Because like sponges were first available in the update that added the underwater temple, which was not added in the game until, like, I don't know, like, after the jungle was added? Yeah, it's crazy. It's wacky. It's a little bit wild. But yeah, that's everything for this episode. I have yapped at your ear long enough. Welcome back, everybody, to my Minecraft Let's Play. Yeah, this is really annoying if, like, you're trying to do it like this. Oh, okay. That's funny. But yeah, that's all, folks. Thank you for watching, and have a good night. Goodbye. Fern.